Today is Friday, September 20. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. On Thursday, the Senate voted to extend the states of emergency in Clarendon and St. Catherine for a further 21 days. However, before casting votes, senators debated the measures, with the opposition senators bemoaning the SOEs as inadequate in place of an effective crime plan, while the government side reiterated that the measures are not a panacea.
We sat in this honorable chamber debating the extension of the first state of emergency, which was declared by the Honorable Prime Minister. And 21 months after, we are still using what the framers of the Constitution established as a matter of last resort to protect the citizens of Jamaica. We're still using the state of emergency to fight crime.
No one has ever said that the states of emergency prevent all crime. And we cannot say that the fact that a murder or murders have taken place in the space of a state of emergency, that it means that it has failed. The point is that they cannot solve everything, as has been explained, and they cannot prevent everything, but they have saved lives. When murders and shootings reduced by 22% last year.
The debate took a riotous turn when opposition Senator Lambert Brown started to call names of victims of recent murders. Senate President Tom Tavares Finson took issue with this.
A businessman in Montego Bay, Mr. Andy Chin.
Senator Brown,
yeah.
Hear what I'm going to say now. You did it once already and I was to talk to you about it. People are going through the most amount of distress. Don't come to the Senate and call it the people them name until you have the
Mr. President,
family.
unless you can show me the standing order, which I can't do it.
No, sometimes decency is not in the standing order.
No,
you know.
President, you know the problem? When Andrew Honest talked about crime, there was no decency issue there.
No,
but when I talk about it, you talk about decency?
No, what I'm saying, you call up the lady, the lawyer name that was...
But she died.
Yes, I know.
Brutally.
And the whole of Jamaica know, but you think the family...
So why then is a problem if I call it some more?
Hear what I'm
Mr. President,
hear my ruling on this matter.
You're going to muzzle me? All right.
No, I'm not. Yes, okay, I'm going to muzzle you. In an instance like this, where a family has experienced the most horrific circumstance, I myself cannot imagine it. You come to the Senate and I throw people name all about and I bring it up in argument about state of emergency. Allow the family to grieve.
In the end, however, the Senate voted in majority to extend the states of emergency for a further 3 weeks. The government has followed through on its commitment to extend until 11 p.m. the operating hours for businesses in Clarendon and St. Catherine. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith outlined the hours as she made a presentation to the Senate on Thursday.
In respect of clubs and fast food restaurants, opening hours that will extend from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Every place required by law to operate under a tavern license has been extended from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Petroleum filling stations have been extended from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And supermarkets, grocery shops, haberdasheries, and any other place other than a place referred to in any other paragraph of this table offering goods for sale has been extended from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Pharmacies, Mr. President, may open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and churches may open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and any other public place, Mr. President, from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Mr. President, the order has revoked the previous order which had set opening times, and undoubtedly the Minister of National Security will make further, or rather ensure that this is further, information is further understood.
President of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, Cavan Gale, head of the University and Allied Workers Union, Lambert Brown, General Secretary of the Union of Technical, Administrative and Supervisory Personnel, St. Patrice Ennis, are to begin the process of social dialogue and engagement aimed at resolving the dispute over mining in the Cockpit country. Their unions also represent workers at the Noranda Bauxite Company in St. Anne. Noranda and Cockpit country stakeholders have been at odds over mining near the boundary of the protected area. Noranda workers this week protested outside the offices of the Jamaica Environment Trust in St. Andrew and the Houses of Parliament over what they say is misinformation in the public domain about mining in the Cockpit country protected area. At the same time, environmental advocates were protesting against the impending mining. 75 schools across 7 parishes are to benefit from Lindamood-Bell learning processes, a language-based learning disabilities diagnostic process. 120 teachers will be trained to use the diagnostic tool for the next 6 months. The training is being funded by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund at a cost of $20.6 million. It will be conducted by the Creative Language-Based Learning Foundation. Speaking at the contract signing ceremony with CLBL representatives at the JSIF's headquarters in Kingston on Wednesday, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Alando Terrelong, welcomed the initiative, noting that it has the potential to revolutionize the education sector in Jamaica. He noted that while the program is intended to treat with students who have learning disabilities, including dyslexia, its benefits will extend to the wider education sector. Registration for the next voters list closes Monday, September 30. The next voters list will be published on November 30, 2019. The EOJ said it is especially encouraging young persons who have just turned 18 to visit their constituency offices and register for a voter identification card. Remember to take your photograph and expect to have your fingerprint taken. People who meet the September 30 deadline should expect to receive their identification cards by mid-December. The Jamaica Fire Brigade, JFB, will be getting 8 trucks to bolster its firefighting capacity. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, says the trucks will cost $400 million. Minister McKenzie was speaking to journalists after a recent tour of the Barnett Street Fire Station construction project in Montego Bay, St. James. The new fire station, which will have capacity to house 200 firefighters, will replace the old Barnett Street facility. He was committed to service and betterment of the less fortunate. That was the defining characteristic of former Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Kenneth Baugh, whether he was at home in the role of husband and father, in the operating theatre as a gifted surgeon, or in the Houses of Parliament. The observation was made by relatives, friends and former colleagues as they gathered yesterday to pay their final respects to the former Deputy Prime Minister. Here are some moments from his official funeral, held on Thursday, September 19. The 3 police constables who were cited for reportedly collecting money from a motorist have now been charged for breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act. The policemen, who are attached to the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, were charged following a ruling from the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, after an investigation by the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The policemen, Kevin Fairclough, Junior Reed and Sadiki Williamson, were arrested on Sunday, September 8 following allegations that they solicited $6,000 from a motorist who had committed a road traffic violation. Crime Stop has created a website dedicated to collecting tips. The website, 311tips.com, allows persons to anonymously submit tips in the form of text, photos, and videos. Crime Stop manager Prudence Gentles said that this was a strategic move to use a website instead of a mobile application because it adds to the anonymity of the tipper. Pbcj French, the woman who pleaded guilty to stealing a day-old baby from the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Kingston on January 9, will know her fate in October. Her sentencing, which was scheduled to be handed down in the Supreme Court yesterday, was postponed until October 3, 2019. The delay was owed to the fact that the judge was unavailable. French, who pleaded guilty to child stealing on July 18, 2019, was arrested on February 5 after she was caught at the Registrar General's Department in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine, attempting to register a baby. It's time now for Culinary Trails. If you're looking for a place to have brunch, lunch, or even an early dinner, Fromage Brasserie is the place to be. Hi.
Welcome to Fromage. Table for 3?
Yes.
I'll be with you.
Lovely.
I just love this area. And I heard about the dishes that they have with cheese.
Yes. And the pastas are the bomb.
Really? Really?
I'm excited. Very excited.
Soup and ham and cheese panini. Is that how it's pronounced? Panini?
Panini, right?
Yes. And bourbon chicken. Wait, bourbon chicken, that means it has in rum?
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Food looks
Excellent.
good.
Ah, thank you very much. All right, ladies, are we ready to order?
Yes, we are.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Well, Ali and Anna wants to have the jambalaya pasta, and I would like a spicy coconut ital chicken pasta.
Ah.
That looks beautiful.
That looks, this is yummy.
Oh la la. This looks
Thank
good.
you.
This looks
Ladies, please do enjoy your meals.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is it good?
Hi, ladies. How's everything?
Hi, everything is fine. Everything's
This
fine.
food is really good.
You enjoyed your
Really
meal?
good.
Yes, what's your name?
My name is Arnaldo. I'm the Junior Marketing and Communications Manager for Fromage.
Nice to meet you, Arnaldo. Have a seat, have a seat. I have some questions.
Oh, I can stay with you.
Yes.
We offer a variety of dishes, ranging from seafood to steaks, pastas, burgers, right? You can have anyone at any time. So now you're having the lunch, but you could have had a steak for lunch. It just depends on your mood. You could pair that with a wine, whatever the case may be. So some things that are, we have like the ribeye steak, we have the shrimp coconut curry that's a top seller here, right? We also have the Korean barbecue ribs. So stuff like that you could get on a regular basis when you come here.
Tell us something about like on the chef's specials.
All right,
You
so
know that each restaurant they tend to have the chef specials, or so is there a favorite of the chef, or?
all right, so on our chef special, it's the Korean barbecue ribs, as I mentioned earlier. That's one thing.
Korean
It's like a
barbecue.
popular thing here.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the most popular dish.
It is.
Most popular dish. So we have that. We have the drunken pork chops. We also have
Wait,
the
the
chicken.
back up. When you say drunken pork chops,
Yeah, man.
marinated in alcohol.
Alcohol, yes.
Wow, I've never had that before.
Yes. While the name is French, it's a French themed restaurant. And we offer a European Jamaican fusion of food. So not every
Everything.
dish
Okay.
has
It's a lot though,
cheese,
a lot of
but
cheese.
a lot of items on the menu does include cheese.
All right, so in terms of location though, and we're here in Marketplace.
Yes.
Right, but I hear that there's another location. Where is that?
All right, there's another location in Hillcrest.
Yes.
It's located 8 Hillcrest Avenue, that's Kingston 6.
Right, off Oak Road.
Yes, off Oak Road. That's called Fromage Bistro. So a more intimate setting, smaller.
Ooh.
Yeah, as bistro in itself is a more small.
So it's like a candlelight kind of thing.
Not
kind of
necessarily
vibe.
candlelight, but
It's more
something.
intimate, it's more
Yeah,
intimate, right.
something
Intimate.
along those lines. It's less formal. So
Okay. Does it have the
it's
same
more-
menu or is it?
No, it's a totally different menu. We're open for brunch on Saturdays and Sundays
Right.
from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Imagine scrambled eggs and an omelette in one with the shrimp,
No, sir.
all the peppers, the seasoning, everything. is
Listen,
in there. Cheese.
We're
as we
foodies,
all
you know.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
We're foodies, but we've not
Yes.
stopped. We're still exploring. And
Yes.
It seems like it has a menu
Yes.
that is definitely European,
Yes.
definitely outside of the regular Jamaican breakfast.
Yeah.
So that's somewhere where we should probably think of coming
Yeah.
on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we're
the
going
brunch
to have
is
to try the
along-
brunch.
Oh, it's actually from breakfast
Yeah,
to
man.
dinner.
Yes.
Brunch
Brunch.
actually covers.
So you can bring your
Yeah,
bring your
come with
entire
your
family.
Come with your son, your daughter, grandma, grandpa,
And y'all come with your
great-grand.
mimosas.
During the
Everything.
week, how long are you open? What's your opening hours during the week?
During the week, it is from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's from Monday until Thursday. Friday, Saturday, it is from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m.
Okay.
All right.
Marketplace is a very, it's very
Central.
It's central. Lunchtime is crowded.
Yeah, yeah,
Very
Evenings
yeah.
are crowded.
Yeah.
All the birthdays and everything.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys can go in the courtyard. You guys order from.
Yes, you can.
So we can
dine
order
in
from the courtyard.
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
dine
good
from
too.
Anywhere?
in Marketplace from the courtyard.
Really?
Bestseller,
Yes.
yeah.
That's so cool. Well, I'm really enjoying it here, and your customer service is
It's
really good.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
good.
Really good.
Kadeem, big up yourself, Kadeem. Big up
Like when
yourself.
you ask about something, it's elaborated, it's explained. You don't
Yeah.
just see what's on the menu.
Yeah.
You can tell us. So that's really
So that's good. That's
Kadeem
good.
is a very good server here.
Yes.
Big up, Kadeem.
All right. Thanks so very much for coming over to speak with us.
No problem. All
All
right, so
right.
do enjoy the rest of your
Thank
days.
you.
Yes,
Thank you.
we'll do. All right. The US dollar on Thursday, September 19, ended trading at Jamaican $136.20, down by 20 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. The summary also states that the Canadian dollar ended trading at $103.05, down from Jamaican $103.29, while the British pound sterling ended trading at Jamaican $168.89, up from $166.92. In regional news, the U.S. has expelled 2 Cuban diplomats to the UN in New York, accusing them of conducting, quote, activities harmful to U.S. national security, end quote. And that's according to State Department spokeswoman Morgan Ortagus. Ortagus added that all of Cuba's UN mission are now restricted to Manhattan, where the UN is headquartered. The U.S. has yet to provide details about the alleged actions. Cuba's foreign minister, Bruno Rodriguez, called the move, quote, categorically unjustified, end quote. In sports, we kick off with football, as the Reggae Boyz has moved up 5 spots in the FIFA rankings and are now listed as the 47th team in the world. The new rankings were posted on Thursday, and with a total of 1,435 points, up from the previous 1,425, the Boyz are also ranked 4th on the CONCACAF table. National senior team head coach Theodore Whitmore was cautiously pleased about this positive uptick of the Reggae Boyz. In a statement, Whitmore said, "This is of course positive for the team and the country, and this is in keeping with the objectives that the players, technical staff and federation set at the beginning of the CONCACAF Nations League group phase." JFF President Michael Ricketts also expressed satisfaction with the development and has encouraged the coach, his staff and the players to maintain focus, with the immediate goal being to maintain top 6 ranking in the CONCACAF over the coming months. And staying with football, the Jamaica Football Federation has announced that Khadija Bunishaw is part of the Reggae Girls 20-member squad, which is set to compete in the Olympic Games qualifiers at the end of the month. This will be the first time Shaw will be in the national colours since the 2019 edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup. The 22-year-old missed the Pan Am Games in Lima, Peru due to club commitments with Bordeaux in the top flight league in France. The governing body of football on the island has also confirmed that captain Konya Plummer and left side player Denisha Blackwood is also in the squad. The JFF will announce the rest of the squad later this week. And in the weather report at 11 p.m. Thursday, the center of post-cyclone Humberto was located near latitude 40.0 degrees north, longitude 58.0 degrees west. The post-tropical cyclone is moving toward the north-northeast near 31 kilometers per hour. A slower north-northeastward motion is expected tonight. A turn toward the east-northeast is expected to commence by tonight, and maximum sustained winds have decreased to near 155 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Gradual weakening is expected during the next couple of days. Post-tropical storm Humberto is not a threat to Jamaica. And that's the news. Thanks so much for watching.